it's remarkable how off base this is. Like, I don't. A
Jerry, the
better
game.
concept alone. There's already a skeleton on it, Jack. Right. So like,
Yeah.
wouldn't you think? Let's use
Yeah,
bones here.
yeah, bone, anything,
Zero's
anything,
face, rather than have it
anything.
being a keychain. Yeah. I don't
Fucking
know, a pumpkin, since it is, called the
dude,
divisive
the
pumpkin.
the pumpkin keyblade that you got in the first game, so badass. It's just a black iron thin keyblade with like an iron bat for the three prong key.
Mm-hmm.
Mm,
It's so simple, but it's so cool.
I
It's
know
so
exactly what
fucking
you're
cool.
talking about. Yeah, I've
Because
seen that.
like the keyblade designs in the first game, yes, they were simple, but they fucking worked. They worked. I was happy to use every single one of them. Like, oh, this one looks cool. Let's test drive this one. Okay, I like this one better. But like with the first game, yes, some of them were a little bit goofier than others, but you were still willing to use it just to see what it brought to the table. In this fucking game, some of these keyblades, as soon as I would get them, I was just like, I don't why? I don't want to use this. This
Wow, did you
is
zoom
so
in?
Well, I had to find the teeth, and
You didn't have to find nothing. You knew where they were.
it's
yeah,
so
I'm upset.
bad.
You knew where they
It
were.
is so
You
bad.
did that on
Upset.
purpose. You did it because you wanted
Double enhance.
Look at it. Stare at it.
to.
Yeah.
Golly.
This I say like this is definitely one for the garbage.
For sure. It's more obnoxious on its side, too. It's just
I've never actually seen it on it.
ridiculous.
I've never even seen it on its side.
All right, so this one
Uh,
is for the wolves. And the
yeah, that,
magic is Dookie.
yeah, like no magic, mostly strength, but it's just like what?
I
Ultimate
think you
weapon
all
stands above the rest.
knew. Yeah,
Eh.
I think you all knew that, like, this might be number one.
Mm, shit. And it goes to. Yes.
Yeah?
Just can't.
Now,
I mean, for its reach, its damage, and the ability, MP Hastiga, yeah,
Well, fuck
I
yeah, for Hastica.
I I used it all the time as soon as I made it. Was I happy about it? Not 100%. I just wish it looked a little better. I just wish it looked a little better.
Didn't they
Like
change the design of this at some point?
so each ultimate weapon for each game has a different design.
Okay.
Every game's ultimate weapon has a very unique design. The one for 3 is fucking beautiful.
yeah.
It's
I agree with that.
absolutely. And what's really interesting, so the actual blade part of the ultimate weapon in the first game it's just one solid blade. In the second game it's two blades side by side. In the third game it's three blades side by side.
Hmm?
Okay.
Say that again.
Yes.
Second one?
So if you
Now-
get like a
Mind you, it's funny though, and I think when we're talking about it, this person low key failed at getting a picture. It's like, it was
Oh yeah,
like
absolutely.
fighting Sephiroth. Like, yo, get the picture of the blade and put it on your
Yeah.
website.
He's got a picture of Sora getting smacked.
Like, I mean, granted, Sephiroth's finna get smacked. He's got a bar and a half left, but still, like,
Yeah.
come on.
you
now.
could you couldn't just get a picture of the actual blade, but
There's plenty.
yeah, so for each like quote unquote mainline game, like 1, 2, and 3, the blade count of the ultimate weapons corresponds to what number of the mainline game is.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
Pretty cool.
Yeah,
Okay.
I realized
Okay.
that like when 3 came out and I saw an article about it, I was like, that's fucking genius. Wow. Good on you. But as far
Clever.
as ultimate weapons go, the ultimate weapon in 3 is fucking gorgeous. It is
Well,
it is absolutely just fucking phenomenal.
do they all share an ability? Like, is it always MP
I'm
Hastaga? Jesus, I can't
I'm
even
not
say that
so
word.
Hastiga.
Hastaga.
So in the first game, Keyblades didn't have abilities attached to them. They started implementing that in the second game. So games 2 and 3, they have abilities. I just don't know what the ability for the ultimate weapon is in the third game because I never got it.
Oh yeah, I'll get
I
it.
was too lazy.
Yeah,
Oh,
because no, it wasn't even. I wouldn't even say it's because you're lazy. Because you are the one, like you said, you went through critical mode, or you went through proud. You got to a certain point in critical.
No, I got all the way to the. I am at the data fights in critical mode, and I haven't been able to beat a single one.
You are not lazy.
damn.
You are not
It's
lazy.
so hard.
You are not lazy. Stop saying that about yourself.
Okay.
Because you
I
got that
mean,
far. I did not. You're
It's
not
so
lazy.
hard. It is so hard.
You know.
yeah, it sounds like
I'm looking
you've
it up right
endured a
now.
lot to be there.
Because I think we're
Bro.
going to look at a list of like all of them in general.
We
Yes.
could do that.
Mm-hmm.
We could do that. Actually sounds.
But the stats of it. So, so I'll just
Sure,
before
there's ways
it's
around that.
a strength of 13, a magic of 13, so it's balanced. Combo or abilities are combo boost, air combo boost, and situation boost.
There's three fucking ability. Of course, there's three abilities attached to it. It's the third. It's it's Kingdom Hearts 3 Ultimate Weapon.
Yeah,
Why am I not surprised? Jesus Christ! A ground combo, an air combo, and a situation combo. Like what the actual fuck?
Maybe we'll save every Keyblade for a different one because there seems to be a
Yeah,
lot.
there's way too
I'll,
many to go through tonight.
I'll
There's
read this one
way too
though.
many.
Ultimate Form adds numbers of powerful abilities. Now, Kevin, you know we want to goes back and uploads the game or downloads the game, boots up the game. While in Ultima Form, not only will you get unique movesets, but you'll also get additional abilities as well. All
Oh
of the
shit!
additional abilities are extremely powerful. Try to take advantage of the Ultima Form as much as you can. So, it goes as follows. Ability, teleport, effect, close in on your target in a blink moment, combo master. Combo continues
Just
even after missing a swing. Leaf bracer. Healing spell will not be interrupted even when damaged. Second wind. I don't need to tell Kevin what second wind is.
oh.
Withstand
So you're
combo.
so you're basically a god, is
Yeah,
what you're saying.
withstand combo. 1
You're
HP will remain even after being damaged with multiple hits. So you got second wind and withstand. So
that's
that one combo, what 1 HP is going to stand.
on top of leaf bracer.
Yeah, and then your
What?
favorite, and your favorite, MP hysteria.
What?
Hastera. Hysteria.
Oh,
Or hystera.
Oh.
Hystera. Not Gaga.
Oh.
Hystaga. Hystera. Hystera. And then overcome. Gain extra strength and magic when fighting a tough opponent.
But that's a step below Hastiga, isn't it? Like,
No, Terra is
yeah, that's before. Yeah. That's like the
Aga
base.
and
or
Ara.
or
Yeah.
Or no, that's yeah.
or
It
is
would be
it
haste, Hastera,
or is it?
haste,
Wait, does that have a
Hastiga.
Z in it?
No. H
Uh,
A S T E R A.
huh. Yeah, that's the second form of haste.
Oh.
But
I mean,
still,
still, yeah.
yeah, that's
Because they knew
that's
better to give
actually
it Ga. They knew to give it not to give it Ga.
because you're basically a god
You
when
know.
you're in that. Yeah, because so a lot of the Keyblade forms. My like kind of gripe with the Keyblade forms in the third game, a lot of them were just kind of like cookie cutter. A lot of them were the same for different Keyblades. So some of them had additional forms. So some blades would transform once, others had a second transformation that you had to build the drive bar, your combo bar, to make it transform a second time. Um, so, and it gave you like different move sets and all that, crazy fun shit. Um, some of them really good. Others are just like, oh, this is literally the same thing as this blade.
Mm,
So like
that's
on
no
that,
fun.
yeah, it was just kind of like a lack of variety. Like I expected everyone to have like their own unique forms, but it really wasn't the case. But the ones that were unique, really fucking cool. Really fucking cool. One of them basically turns into a fucking mage staff, and you can like teleport, but you'll leave an after image of yourself behind you. It's the one from the Tangled world. I
Yeah.
can't remember what it's called, but
Yeah, I know what you're talking
you can
about.
You can basically make up to like 4 after images, and then each after image will shoot magic as soon as you hit the attack button simultaneously at a target.
Oh,
It's fucking wild. It's really cool.
that sounds like some very Final Fantasy 15, 13 versus type of shit,
Yeah,
to be
and
honest.
that's basically what this game is turning into. 13 verses. I mean,
We will
after
get to that. Yeah.
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll get to
yeah,
that.
yeah. We will get to that. We will get to that because that Kingdom Hearts 4 trailer, I was just like, well, we finally did it, ladies and gentlemen.
Dog. Oh my god. Like I'm so
We've
chilled and
reached
then just we're done. We're done. We're finally done. I didn't play the DLC with Noctis not Noctis at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. You know, insulting, the pro tag from Final Fantasy 15 is at the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. Spoiler alert for anybody that didn't know, but not really because that's not him,
It's not.
But if you know who
So,
Nomura is, you already knew that was coming.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
and
As
then
soon as soon as I saw that, I was like, because granted, I never got to that fight
yeah.
because I was still in critical mode and I was just so fed up and frustrated that I just watched the fucking video. But I was just like, oh, you actually fight this dude. Oh, this is real.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Nomura, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, how come no one ever told me that he's a video game character in the Kingdom Hearts world or in like one of the worlds in King? Like no
Wait,
one ever told me that.
Yeah, because he only appeared in the Toy Story world. It was just kind of like a like as a commercial, so you never really thought anything of it until you get to the end,
yeah.
and they bring him back. They're like, oh wait, no, by the way, this is really important. You should pay attention to this. And I'm just like, wait, what?
Yep.
What the fuck?
Mm.
So as far as twists go, you got me, Nomura. You
For
got me.
now. Yeah, I mean you've been saying that for how long until 3 came?
Listen, let's not get into
Let's not talk about
that.
Now
that.
let's get
let's,
into it.
No, let's talk about it.
oh,
Let's get into it because he left this on another twist that ultimately didn't answer anything, if you ask me.
no, he didn't answer anything. He didn't answer a fucking thing. And that's the thing that pissed me off about the goddamn DLC. Because this entire time, I got to the end of the third game, a game that we waited 15 fucking years for. And I know I've ranted this to you so many times, and they have taken so much more away from you, and I know, and I am sorry. But this was, and this is the thing that I have to say to a lot of people, because I've gotten questions like, "Oh, I keep hearing about the Kingdom Hearts series. Should I get into it?" To anyone who has never done this series and wants to get into it, I personally say no.
No.
And here's why.
Hmm.
The reason why I stuck with this series for so long is because they had me hooked at its inception in 2002. The end of the first game with that secret cutscene and all the shit that I had to do to get to it, and the fucking book of a walkthrough that I printed out
Yeah.
just to get the secret ending, and just that hook at the very end had me needing to find out how this ended. Like, what is this? How much further are you going to push it? But the
Mhm.
further and further and further and more ridiculous that it got, yes, my interest was really starting to falter, but I was already in from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So needed the answers. I needed the closure. And that's what I thought. That's what everybody kept saying. Oh, this is finally going to wrap up everything. 14 some odd change build up. It's going to wrap everything up and you can put the series to bed. But no, no, Nomura said no. Nomura said, this is part of a grander universe. And now Sora's in this universe now because he fucked with the power of waking so much that he got banished from his own world and flung into a different fucking dimension. He doesn't get to, like, you know, enjoy the spoils of his victory. He doesn't get the girl. He's basically dead in his own universe. And now he's in the real world, I'm guessing, because in that ending cutscene, it's basically Shinjuku, like
So
downtown Shinjuku.
everything you just said, that list of things you just described, Nomura being pulled from his baby, not getting the girl, not getting the games he wanted to make, like being pulled into reality, which is, oh, you work for us, fuck nugget. We're
Wow.
Square. Yeah, it's Square. Big Daddy Square here telling you that we want you to finish this thing. Oh, you want me to finish this thing? Okay, tell you what, I'm gonna finish it my way. No more fucking Disney. We're taking Sora out. We're making the world that I've meant to make. If you're gonna take me out of the world, it's kind of biographic in a way. If you think about it, like
S-
I
it's
mean,
kind of
So
yeah.
sorry.
that's why.
So you're
So
saying we're
basically,
getting a like almost half baked, like we got a half baked trilogy because of pettiness. Like basically 3 could have been better. 3 wasn't the plan, but it's one of those things where
Yeah,
it rendered what it was because of pettiness.
yeah. I believe that they were either talks. I mean, this could be conspiracy. I mean, it is conspiracy. They were either talks, or it was never originally the plan for it to be the final nail in the coffin for Kingdom Hearts, like at all.
Mm-hmm.
Especially considering the timing on which, like, Nomura had to be pulled from various places just to be here. Like 15 was on the rise, and 15 was in development hell. Like 13 Versus was supposed to come out when we were still like
in high
in
school,
college.
or yeah, in
No, no,
college, yeah,
well, yeah, I don't think the
No, it was
PS3 was
college. It
out
was
then.
college.
Yeah,
It was college
yeah.
because,
it
and
was college.
I'm thinking about it like this because 13 verses came out. A good friend of mine, Alan, I associate her with when the time that image came out because we were trying to start our like anime group or something like that, and I think it was like the height of like Kingdom Hearts 2
Like an anime
and
club.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
JRPGs and like like Kingdom Hearts 2 I think was like the vanguard of like the doors opening of American culture being open to a JRPG in Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts like I think promotions were like at a high. I think when did was that 5? So he said that was 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that was like 2 came out. We were on our way out the door of high school, but it was still relevant
Yes,
well into our college years.
yes.
And there was no other relevant game that came out really. Like we're talking
As far as Kingdom Hearts
as
goes,
far as Kingdom
Yeah, I
Hearts
was gonna say for
goes.
the series. Oh, okay.
As far as
I was
Kingdom
about to
Hearts
say there were a
goes.
bunch of
so
games that came out. How dare you?
No,
yes,
like
no,
in that time, like
no relevant games during that time when we were still in college. Birth by Sleep came out for the PSP. 358 and a half days came
Yeah.
out for the DS.
yep,
Accessible. That's a better word. No accessible
Yeah,
accessible.
relevant
Accessible
game.
yeah,
is the very important
yes,
word.
yes, accessible. Yes, which that's the other like gripe that I've always had like with this series is just it's like how many platforms are you gonna make me buy just to get this full fucking story? Because like the first one for the Game Boy Advance, okay, yeah, PS2, first Kingdom Hearts game, cool. Oh, this
Mhm.
other game, this connector game is coming out for the Game Boy Advance. Okay, fine.
Okay, fine.
But then, excuse me.
Listen, Big
But
Daddy
then,
Square needs to pimp you guys out and make as much money as they can to stay afloat. So we made a bunch of deals with a bunch of different platforms to bring our AAA franchise to your platform. Oh, even ours? Yep. Is it going to be the same game? Nope. You
nope,
get an exclusive one. We do? Yeah. Is it going to make any sense?
no.
Maybe.
All
That's
right,
the best we can give
Is the
you.
gameplay going to be the same as its predecessors? No. Are
But
you
I'm
going to
sorry.
have to
I didn't
spend
mean to
more
cut you off.
money on a different? No, it is totally fine because you are absolutely right.
But
Let's
I
go.
didn't want
Let's
to
go.
get I didn't want to get further away from Eric's point, but I will let you finish your point.
Oh
no,
no,
go ahead.
go ahead, Eric. Before I keep, I'm just gonna keep going off. Please finish your point.
Um, wow, I think I lost mine, honestly.
Fuck.
And not in a bad way. It's just in general, I think that the right the hype of the JRPG era in 13 was relevant. What Final Fantasy game came out around that time? Because I think we're in 12, 13, 14 range. Because 13, 14 came
14.
out after we graduated. After we graduated college, general range if you went between
Yeah.
7 and 11, 13 came out then. It came out after because everybody loved Lightning.
Hmm.
12, I feel like I slept on in that between that time period because 10 was high school.
It's so much fun.
Yeah,
12
11,
was
It's
11,
so
so
much fun.
yeah, 11 and
12,
12 were like, you know,
12 is so 12 like I slept on 12 too
mm.
until I played it.
And then 13
great.
came, 14 online, which that was definitely a point where I wasn't thinking about MMORPGs really, and I wish I had gotten. There's things of games I wish I had played in their zenith in their beginnings too. It's like to be a veteran in certain games is hilarious when people get on and everybody has everything. Like, I've been here since we had one of whatever you're talking about. Now we have 15 versions. We have
oh, since the
one.
initial inception.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been here
he-
since.
I've been here since 1.1, young man. You're coming in here at 4.5. You don't know shit. You're all green in the gills and wet behind the ears.
Sitting there just picking like
Oh, I'm
picking the back just like and Kevin talking what you know son and I went back and
He's just sipping whiskey out of an
Right.
old boot.
it's like
You don't know what hardship is, kid. I've been in the
I'm-
trenches.
in 14, A Realm Reborn. I'm like a level 27 dragoon, and the only reason I pay money to use that character again is because I have a Advent Children costume. That's it. That's it. And you can't get that anymore. That's it. So
That's insane.
I'm one
That's
of those
insane.
people.
I'm jealous of you for what's the other game that you play that's hot right now? Genshin Impact, and you have the character from Horizon.
Oh yeah, yeah. It
Yeah, I
was
was
free. It
hating.
was just in your
Wait,
mailbox if you
wait,
signed on.
you have Aloy?
Yeah, yeah. Aloy's in Genshin. She was free for literally 6 months, and if you
Bro.
didn't redeem her,
Listen,
she
man.
disappeared forever.
Yes, and I know. And Genshin is just one of those games that's just constantly. As soon as I moved here, my Genshin Impact time went to 0.
Oh
It
yeah,
went to
I get that.
absolute. It went to absolutely. And like at that point, I was just like, I'm so fucking far behind. I'm so far behind.
Just doing big
Nah,
things, man.
But
That's
I know.
another conversation. That game model is broken because they purposely don't have a record of like there's temporary story bits and events that have major story plots in it, like major story like characters that show up in the main story that
Right.
were presented in events that happened already that if you just started playing, you will never know who the fuck they are. And there's no record of it. No record of it. Yeah, there's a dude named Scaramouche. I have no fucking idea who he is. And he's like apparently a big player in the universe. So I'm like, what? All right, cool.
I guess
Oh,
this
that's
is the world we live in.
That's
now.
like, and looping back to Kingdom Hearts, that's like the guy you saw, the guy with the silver hair and the black clothes. And you're like, who is that? And Tim, shout out to Tim. Shout out to the video that started this whole conversation in general. Shout out
Yeah,
to
like-
King Wizard, like sharing that. I was just like, yo, I felt every empathetic moment with this guy. Like Kevin and I are
That-
coming from a sense of, I've loved this game and now I have a love-hate relationship with it. He came from like, I still hate this game, but I love it.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
this
which is
game.
interesting. Mhm.
This game is dumb, like really, really dumb, and I love every inch of it. Yeah, bro, like that was over an hour of solid gold content.
I rewinded
Man.
towards the end. The part
Oh,
that
yeah,
where I talked about why I don't understand. I wanted to see if he could explain it to me in a way that I understood. And then,
Oh,
and,
absolutely. I watched that video twice because
Yeah.
it was just so well constructed, and I got it. Like as soon as he showed his notes and he did like the full zoom out,
full zoom out.
like immediately I was just like, yeah,
that's
actually,
my brain.
That is every like day one fan of this fucking series. That's why that's why it was so hard to just let it go because there were so many things that were not answered that I just needed to know because every single installment didn't give you shit. It gave you like little bits and pieces, and it's just like, here's a secret video to tease you more to play our next game that's going to be on a completely different platform with a completely different combat system, only to years later pull it all in one huge package. Fuck you, Square.
Big
I'm
Daddy
getting
Square need
somewhere, I
that money.
promise.
Fuck you, Square.
I'm getting somewhere. I promise. like on the wall, like I promise you, I promise you. So you remember here, remember a few years ago when we that little silver dollar that dropped 10 years ago on the ground, that was relevant because when it dropped, what happened is in the next game that came out was a fight, and that silver dollar dropped from the main character's pocket, but that was one of the 9 that was missing. So when you picked that up, if you walked over in the first game in the 10th, then that meant that you were going to have it at the final part of the game. And when you fight the boss and they have 9, and you wonder, that was that silver dollar that dropped, but then you come to find out that that 10th silver dollar drop that was supposed to be a part of their collection was from another dimension where they have 13, and then that's when you come with 4 and 5.
Perfect business model. I, as an executive here at Square Enix, I see nothing wrong with this logic. How soon can we fast track this?
Yeah, we're starting tomorrow. Your team needs to be here at 8 a.m. Hire
How
them,
much?
hire them overnight, or you're fired.
Amazon Prime your entire staff right now, or
Yeah.
Right.
you are all
Call-
executed. But I haven't
call up-
even said who they are yet. They're still executed.
What's
We will pick them at random.
back then? What's Amazon Prime? I don't know, but we just got to do it. Just say yes.
Call upon your god, Jeff Bezos. He will deliver.
Jesus Christ.
2002.
What?
Who's Jeff Bezos? Some guy in Arizona that owns a garage. I don't know. But keep just
Yeah.
This all comes full circle to the point I was getting to which you asked the perfect question, which led to the perfect conversation. So, do you think that like they just led us to this ridiculous like half-baked ending? Yes, I do. Look at the business model before any of these games had DLC or microtransactions involved. It was always split it up, give it to you after we know what that flavor did as far as numbers. Oh, okay, so this Nintendo DS flavor did good numbers. So let's see what we can do over here on the PlayStation 3 or whatever. You know what I mean? Like that's been the model since day one. It was like, all right, we kept it on PS2. A lot of people fucking like this. Guess what? Our Disney numbers and those Nintendo numbers, they kind of hit. I ain't gonna lie. So let's get this thing on the Game Boy ASAP. So 3 was never definitively supposed to be the end. 3 was 3 was the new flavor,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't the remixed flavor. You know, like it's like, oh, we got this half baked, but we got half baked with pretzels in it now, or whatever your like is. Also, we're getting rid of half baked, but look at this new flavor. It's got this other guy in it named Noctis, but not Noctis. We swear it,
We're-
you can't
we're
believe
good.
it's not butter. It's like
His name's Yuzora. Totally different. Even though the cutscene at the very end of Kingdom Hearts 3 is exactly the same as the
Even-
13 Versus trailer.
Yep.
The
Even though
exact
Yuzora
same.
and Noctis literally mean the same thing in
Yep.
Japanese and Latin.
Yep.
Oh,
The
and
exact same thing.
mind you, wait for it. I had a dream in this far off place. Or what was it? What was the line?
A dream that's like a far off memory. A
Yeah.
far off memory that's like a scattered dream. I want to pick the pieces up, yours and mine.
I was like,
Mhm.
They
Okay.
say the exact
I was
same.
like,
I'm
what
just
do you-
like, they really went there.
and they cut, they
Mhm.
like, and so some.
Really, and they cut to black, and I was just like, holy shit.
Let me know if I'm using this right or wrong. Is that one of those Deus Ex Machina Jones where basically come to find out all of Kingdom Hearts is this kid's dream as he slept in his luxury car on his way to his next appointment? You know, like,
I
What do you call
mean,
it? Deus Ex Machina.
that
like not Deus, because
would-
that's like that element that gets added to a game that doesn't make any, or to a story that doesn't make any sense but moves the plot along, right?
Right,
Yeah,
essentially.
not that. So I think what's a mind screw or mind something. I
Yeah,
forget
it's
the word.
it's definitely it's still a twist. I can't think of. I think you're right. There is like another word for this. I can't, or phrase at least. I can't think of what it is. But yeah, that's what I'm getting out of it. That's
I
don't know what
would,
you are.
I would kind of agree with that, but at the end of Melody of Memory, they actually talk about, and in Crossroads, in the Kingdom Hearts Crossroads, the MMO that was originally on mobile that went to you could just play it on PC. they do reference this other world, the world where Yozora, aka Noctis, is a part of, and the Master of Masters is now in this world with Yozora. So he's connected to Yozora in some way. And the black box that Lushu has been carrying around
No, Zigbar.
for fucking century. His name's Zigbar now, but he's really
Yo, I know,
Lushu.
No, but people say who's Zigbar? You know,
Yes,
like
Zigbar.
you know,
Lushu, aka Zigbar. The black box that he's been carrying for God knows how fucking long, and who the fuck knows what's in it, which is probably a portal to this other world, which that's my guess. That's the only thing that makes fucking sense. You know, this has been planned meticulously from the very fucking beginning, because apparently the Master of Masters can see the fucking future, because that's how he wrote the Book of Prophecies.
Mhm.
But he came up, like, his prophecy ended at a certain point, and then he crossed over into this other world where he met Yozora. And the Yozora's love interest, her soul is in the lands between, because Riku and Kairi actually talk to her when they're looking for Sora at the end of Melody of Memory. So, yeah. So here's the thing. As annoyed as I am, I'm still kind of here.
I'm here
because
listening to you. That's the other part of it too.
I need to know, like, how all of these fucking dots connect.
And I'm listening to you, and I'm like, you know, it's funny in the back of my mind when you were saying, oh, his love is trapped in that world in between, the world of water that Sora existed, right, with the
Yep.
little cat creature that's clearly a Final Fantasy creature, because you know you can see either a little cat creature, a chocobo, huh?
Kate Sith? Was it
That
a
was
Kate
that was
Sith?
not Kate Sith. No,
Oh, I'm not sure. I'm just
that
guessing.
was not Kate
All
Sith.
right.
That was some little Final Fantasy creature that can talk, which is like a chocobo or like a cactar or like a Kate Sith or like a what's another consistent thing. Moogle,
A Moogle?
like that,
Yeah.
made me think very Moogle, but was not a Moogle, right? So my mind when you said that,
Its name is Chirithy. It's a dream. It's not a dream eater, or it's a dream eater. Yeah.
so
Googling
it was
this
from
right now.
Dream Drop Distance, right?
It's the first dream eater that was ever made by the Master of Masters.
Anyway,
It's that, bro. That's what it is. Like, you asked me.
and right, and I asked you this, and we're having this conversation. And my first thought, also, when you said the Master of Masters in the world, it's like it's funny how he seemed to have monopolized the Organization 13 jacket, which we believed was an Organization 13 original, but apparently not. Apparently, the Master of Masters just was like the first one to sport it. You ever wear something and you thought that people were like the first ones to own it, but then you come to find out the dad of dads has one, and it's like, well, you know, so technically he was first, because you'd be like, you know. But anyway, when you said that about the story about the lover being caught in between worlds and Sora being in the situation that he's in, my mind already went to, like, you know, you ever have a conversation with somebody and you're like, yo, I don't care what you're talking about, but you care about the subject matter, but like, and you're trying to act like you don't care, and if somebody starts telling you it, you're starting to like generate solutions, like, oh, maybe they'll negotiate in some type of fighting world and be able to exchange Sora for the love and get Sora back into our world, and then maybe some type of cross. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm done. I'm out of it. I'm out. You know, like, what is that? Oh, the little creature, the dream creatures things from Dream Drop
Is that
Distance.
the thing you were talking about?
No,
that's
that's
not
not
Or
it.
something?
That's not it.
Okay.
It's
That's
a different species of Dream Eater.
Meow,
Chirithy.
meow.
Yeah, Chirithy. Look up Chirithy.
Spell it.
Can't
See,
spell that? What the fuck?
Chirthee.
I know I fucking butchered that. I'm gonna type in Kingdom Hearts after that.
Yeah. I think it's Chirithee. He kind of looks like a
It ends
cat.
with a Y. Oh, I did see this thing. Yeah.
Yeah. He kind of looks like a
Species
little
of Dream Eater.
cat. Yeah, he's like the first species of Dream Eater.
Goddamn adorable. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely adorable.
Absolutely. And as far as, and especially when in 3, when it starts speaking in the dialogue that it has with Sora is one of those dialogues that's like, there's more to this universe than you possibly know type stuff. And it's like,
Mhm.
it's like, oh, am I dead? And it's like, yes and
Kinda.
no. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
and there are plenty of other people that have, been through here, Nomura, uh, Goku, One Punch Man. Like, you just start name drop. Well, she didn't.
Mob,
It didn't
Mob
start name
Psycho.
dropping, right? Just like just like, oh, this realm connects to everything, and of course, it's the. Anyway, I was thinking about the ability of waking
Mm-hmm.
because I still know nothing about it because like I didn't play. I stopped playing my last Kingdom Hearts game before 3. Before 3. I think was 358 over 2. I did not play Birth by Sleep because this was still PSP's had the discs and I just didn't feel compelled to get it. And also I think I was in the mindset of like, who are these people? What do they have anything to do with the overall
Mm.
story? And
Honestly, though,
yeah.
Birth by Sleep is
It's a
one of my
banger.
personal. It's a
Yeah,
banger.
and the way
One of
that
my personal favorites.
the story went out and when you flesh it all out, yeah, it was. I think I was invested in something else at the time. It must have been. I was like, I'm thinking of whatever reason I didn't play. I think my PSP. I think I had a love hate relationship with my PSP because of just the fact that you had to do what you had to do with the discs and the
Yeah.
thing, and it was kind of like I think now I think Paul, like, not to put your business out there, but the PSP I have from you, I think Birth by Sleep is probably on there, right?
It might be. I don't remember, but
Well,
if you need it, I can make that happen
but we
in
can make
an instant.
right, and that can happen, and that, like, then turn around. I'll be playing that. I probably would stream it on here on OBS and connect it via the way we talked about. And be like, oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah.
why didn't I play this before? But
Yeah, you
anyway,
can. You can definitely do that. And
or
honestly,
you know what I can do? You know what I can fucking do? By
What?
2 point,
2.5.
yeah.
Play it on your Vita. It has co-op.
No, why? No, you know what? Why would I do that when I could play it on my big screen game system? Like
And
Sure,
it's also the HD remaster as well.
sure.
It's really fucking the only thing.
Does it have co-op?
does that co-op? I don't know. I don't know.
It doesn't. I do not think it has co-op. No, that's the
Exactly. No, I'm
only.
just
That's
kidding.
the only caveat. Yeah. So
Why
you
would?
get the HD remaster, but you lose the co-op.
Here's I know two questions. I think was 358 over 2. That was turned into a movie, right? That's not playable on. That's not playable on the games,
Yeah.
right? That would
Yeah.
be foolish because then I would definitely have got me to buy it because playing that game on DS was a nightmare.
That game is also really repetitive, and it
Yeah,
gets really old really quick.
Shion has three
Like
forms. Yeah, like
because it's basically you just do like a bunch of missions. Most of the content is delivered to you in text form. They don't even give you cutscenes, and
Mm,
honestly, the cutscenes that they give you, like the important information, it honestly did work better as just a cutscene movie. It
hmm.
really did. Because the real caveat, not caveat, the real like appeal to that game was like you could do like up to 4 players in multiplayer doing the mission. So you could play as either Roxas or any of the organization members. You could play as Zemnis, you could play as Zigbar, you could play as Zexion, you could
Yeah,
play as
the
Lark C. You could play
mm-hmm.
as them all. Yeah,
You
that was
could.
that was the draw
That was the
to
draw.
the DS. That was the draw.
I played
so
as
you needed
But
Riku.
friends.
I played as older Riku with the jacket. You couldn't tell me nothing. I was like, I'm good, Al. I'm good after this. I'm good. Um, but why would you? But the other joke is, why would you want to struggle and play Chain of Memories on the Game Boy Advance when you just get the Kingdom Hearts 1 version on a big screen? I think to me, the Game Boy Advance version had, what's the word I'm looking for? Nostalgia appeal, vintage.
Sure. Yeah,
it,
nostalgia
it's
appeal.
it's so in my personal opinion, I think the Game Boy Advance version made that game more tolerable because
Yes.
you're still working on a 2D plane,
Yep.
like a 2.5D plane. When they remastered it for the PS2, it made that game so much more annoying. So much
Mm,
more, especially with flying enemies. And now you also have to deal with the card system.
Yeah.
The only real benefit to that game was you got voice acted cutscenes.
yeah,
That
yeah,
was it.
yeah.
That was it. But honestly, because like the combat, it was an interesting idea. It really was an interesting idea. I thought it was, pretty fun at first. I was like, oh, I got to think on the fly, combo my cards right, blah, 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 blah.
Mm-hmm.
That got really old really quick. Going through all those different rooms just to get to the end was really fucking annoying. And not only that, not only that, you could cheese that game so easy once you figured out what cards made what slates. Sonic Blade was the only slate that I used, and Trinity Limit. That was it, because Trinity Limit just wiped out an entire fucking fight
It did.
if they were in screen. So, but it just became such a fucking chore after a while.
Mm.
Yeah, that sounds like a slog.
It really was.
It's like, yo,
Like,
like the Game Boy Advance version, like I think I played. Well, obviously, I played through both forms, like Sora and clone Riku, or no Riku, excuse me. That was real Riku coming out of the
that was
basement.
real. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. I beat the brakes off that game.
Yeah,
Beat the brakes
same.
off that game.
Well, and the thing about like what really like drew me was the fact that you can play as Riku on the tail end of it. I was like,
Mm-hmm.
oh shit, I get a full playthrough as Riku. This is fucking cool.
Mm-hmm.
But but there was a caveat. There's always a fucking catch. So unlike Sora, you can't customize your deck as Riku.
Mm-hmm.
You have to work with the deck that they give you.
Mm-hmm.
That made that playthrough way less enjoyable.
Oh, come on! I
You
liked
mean
Dreamy. I liked his
See,
sword.
you don't even remember the name of it.
I think it's Dream Dark Eater, something Eater, something.
it's a Dark Eater? But yeah,
Mm.
that's cool and all that, and yeah, you get dark form, but at the same time, you can't customize your deck. It made boss fights such a fucking chore
I
to
can
go
agree with
through.
that.
It was so annoying.
Yeah,
And like
Soul Eater. Yeah.
yeah, or Soul Eater, there you go.
Anime.
So I know. Oh god, that's such a great anime. So yeah, that was like the big bummer for me. And don't get me wrong, I still played the remake of Chain of Memories because I wanted to see the cutscenes
Oh yeah,
because I'm a
you
fucking
wanted that.
Yeah.
masochist.
You wanted
Uh,
that emotional gravitas that you couldn't get from a 2-inch Game Boy screen. Like, I
yeah.
get
Bro,
it.
Understood the appeal.
I probably got early arthritis in my neck as a kid from playing that fucking game. I guarantee it.
Like this.
I still do
Seriously.
that. Trust me, I
Seriously.
understand.
No,
My
but
spine and bifida.
that
I
brings a question. What did you think that was that Riku wielded? What was that until he got his key?
it
What
was
was that?
just it was just a blade forged for it was actually that blade was actually given to him by Maleficent. So she formed that blade out of darkness.
Ah, 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 ah. Let's go to the Wikipedia.
Oh lord.
It's a
Oh lord.
The
penis.
Soul Eater is a form of Riku's primary Keyblade that appears in Kingdom Hearts, Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, Kingdom Hearts 2, Kingdom Hearts 358, and Kingdom Hearts Coded. It is a sword that grows more powerful when used with darkness. Soul Eater is first seen Soul Eater throughout its appearance eventually caused sword to realize Riku's Soul Eater has been transformed into Way to Dawn. Even after this, Riku continues to refer to his weapon as Soul Eater. Let's see. So my thing is the wording of it. Right. Timeout? Okay. Flag. Wait. Hold on. Flag on play.
In correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like I've saw this. So in Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix, you get the additional cutscenes of when Riku was being, housed by Maleficent in Hollow Bastion. I could have sworn she handed him that.
But, right. But what I'm saying, I'm not refuting what you're saying at all.
He's looking at a grander picture here, Kevin.
I
You're missing
guess.
something.
I guess.
The verbiage used in it.
Because like the way I thought it happened is just
Wait. Tetsuya Nomura, quote from him.
oh god.
Nomura and Toriyama out here scheming the worst. Because we talk about Black Frieza, we? No, we won't. Not today. Anyway.
No.
That's all, bro. That's all I keep seeing on
Anyway.
fucking Instagram is Black Frieza, and I'm just like, the chapter isn't even out yet.
In English.
What the in English? Yes, that's true. In English, I'm just like, fuck.
So
I hate you, internet. Why can't you just let me have?
no, we can't have anything anymore. Since Riku has always been using Soul Eater, he still calls it that, even after it changed form. Keyblades aren't something that you can obtain suddenly out of nowhere. So in Riku's case, his Soul Eater was used as an intermediary for that Keyblade.
That's the thing.
So, what you're saying is that Soul Eater, when he finally kind of got his shit together, was the base that his Keyblade was formed from.
The way it looks.
Okay, because that's my theory. That was
Mhm.
my theory complete, because from what I remember from Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix is that Soul Eater was handed to Riku by Maleficent, a blade that she forged herself. Then, when he got his shit together, it then became Way to Dawn using that Soul Eater as a base because it was a perfect balance of light and dark. So that makes more sense. So that, okay, that validates my theory because whoever wrote that Wikipedia article, I'm just like, where are you getting your information from? Where are your sources? Because I've played through these games. Not one of them ever suggested that.
And that's where people can get on these sources and cite certain things that I'm not saying we need to go up to Wikipedia's and start citing our own things, because technically in conversations is kind of where they stay like, I know the truth, Sonny. But, like, just like, your interwebs is out here just wrong. I remember something different. And like you said, like, there's contradictions, and I don't even necessarily think it's because everybody's wrong. I feel like everybody's right. It's weird. It's like everybody's wrong and everybody's right, because if it's saying that it's his primary, like, body of his Keyblade before it becomes his Keyblade, but we saw the secret clip of Maleficent giving him a sword, which then goes into conversation of in the first game. Remember we talked about it earlier about keychains forming your blade. Not necessarily that you have a blade and you put it away, but that you pull out chains and attach to your power, and it becomes the ability that's attached to the chain. But then that would mean that Soul Eater was a physical sword that was given to him, which then becomes the primary physical form of his sword. Which is like, like when I think Sora, remember when Riku disrespected him and won, took the Keyblade back. Here's his wooden sword. Play with that.
Oh, yeah. The disrespect.
Hey, what? And I think later in the game, once you go, this is my power, and he turns it into a Keyblade. So he forms the Keyblade around this wooden base. I don't think he dropped it. I definitely think that he transformed the Keyblade around the blade.
Yeah, around the wooden sword. Yeah.
So
Well, because it's the same thing with Axel if you think about it too, because he is constantly using his chakrams as his weapon, but then his Keyblade, the base of his Keyblade is one of his chakrams, and the actual blade part of it is like just kind of like hardened fire. So it's kind of around, so it kind of still follows that same motif. So there is some consistency there. So I can definitely buy that Riku's Soul Eater was the base for what his first Keyblade became. It is a shame that that Keyblade did get snapped in half in the Realm of Darkness. But hey, man, he moved on from that part of his life, so he left it there.
he's a better man now.
So
Yeah,
so as a wielder, your blade can be damaged. It just can't be taken from you.
Yes.
Like, it can be
That's
destroyed.
wild.
Yes, your blade can be destroyed.
But it's all materialized. That's what blows my fucking mind. It's like, okay, all right, I'm not gonna. Just don't think about it. Just don't think about it, Paul.
Shh, 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 shh. Just
Right.
accept it.
Just-
Just accept it.
Tim
Don't
was
even
just like,
worry
just
about it.
don't think about
Just
it.
don't think about it. Just don't think about it.
You know. God, we
Yeah,
sidetracked. Oh my God. Go ahead, Kevin.
I thought the same thing too. I also did think the same thing too, and then I saw his blade get snapped in half in the realm of darkness. But at the same time, dark beings can't be hurt by regular weapons. So the fact that a keyblade can hurt them, it only kind of does make sense that they can damage it as well.
I guess. I suppose.
I mean, yeah, they. I guess unless you, I'm guessing like unless you withdraw it before it becomes like fucking completely destroyed. Like I don't have a full answer for it.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
really don't have a full
I
answer
just
for
can't
it.
think about it because the more I think about it, it's like, all
The
right,
less
cool.
sense it makes.
Firefighters fight fire with water.
But water,
Am I?
but
Yeah,
the fire
you
can hurt the
attack-
water too.
Yeah. What logic is this? I
Logic
mean,
is
technically,
undeniable is what it is.
Technically, yes, because heat can evaporate water. So
but it's just turning it to steam. You know what? Just don't think about it, Paul.
Just don't think about it.
So they turned his keyblade to steam. Yeah, sure,
There's
whatever.
something that there's a video that a friend of mine sent me about water being God, and that water is the process of life because God is in all things, water is in all things, God is majority of the planet, and then water goes through its phases of life and death because it becomes a solid and into a liquid like rain and into a gas to become clouds to become down on earth again, and then like people abusing God by basically pollution and the garbage dump over by Sacramento, by California, and the oil spillage. Then the South is like, yo, it's like God is all things. God is water. It's like, that's that level of like wokeness.
The most
Wokeness.
that wokeness
Don't
made
say it.
sense was
Don't
God
say it,
is in
don't.
all things.
Don't say that to Governor DeSantis.
Yo, yeah, seriously.
So shout out
Jesus
to Ryan. I was messaging him on the side. He's like, tell Paul to hold off on his investment until Kingdom Hearts 4 comes out. 3 was disappointing. I'm like, but we're talking about all of it, but baby.
Yeah, we're talking about all of it, man. There's no stone will be left unturned. Well, I would love to sit here and turn stones with you guys a little more, but it is
We may
almost
have to call it.
midnight.
Oh,
Yeah,
shoot.
I'm gonna have to
All right.
call it.
This one.
I think like the link that we had that's been sitting at the top of the screen again because this is a whole rabbit hole. Can we do
Quick
like
fire
the
real quick.
5? Huh?
Yeah. My intentions were to quick fire since we, had quite a journey with 2. So this will be like a quick bias, like go in on it, like trash talk or hype up.
Absolutely. That's a perfect way to end this.
Because like Tim was great at summarizing that in an hour, and I'm proud of him because I'm like, yo, this conversation turned into like a whole other sidebar of conversations and divulged from the
What it
fact
needed
that
to
there's
be.
no
bro,
string
listen.
of like story. Like, so.
I could write a dissertation on this fucking game.
This is my doctoral
Yeah.
thesis.
I
Like
am a PhD in KH3.
Oh my god! And Kingdom Hearts 15 coolest Keyblade designs ranked. Number
All right.
15. Are you fucking kidding? Thank
there
you.
we go. There we go.
Oh,
I love it.
that makes perfect sense.
There we go.
That makes
I
perfect sense.
loved it. But here's my thing. I'm wondering about that.
It's just so bland though compared to Fenrir.
I
Yeah.
kind of like its simplicity, but
I do-
understand what you're saying.
Like I just wish those notches were actual notches. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like it is really fucking cool. Like don't get me wrong, I do like it.
So it's like basically
like
with
Tesla.
it's like it's basic. It's basic and it's
yeah,
cool and I love it.
It's
It's basic and it's cool. It's because the Kingdom key is the old school 3-prong key. And you see how like it's the Mickey Mouse chain on that. It's the New Age key. The New Age
Yeah.
key looks like that. Old Age key looks like Kingdom Hearts, the Kingdom key. That's new Kingdom key right there. That's about to be basic Kingdom key for everybody. Kingdom Hearts 4 about to be that.
I mean, honestly, if that's the base form of the new Keyblades and they just get cooler with that similar design,
I'm with it.
I'm with it.
I'm with it.
I'm with it.
I also feel a way about the Way to Dawn breaking. The joint's hot, but it's like it's
know,
basically
that's
goes
right.
from a cool ass edge lord light dark design to You
I
know,
know.
I'm starting from the base. You know,
It
Yeah,
says
I
here
mean, but
Braveheart's design is most likely inspired by a car key.
yeah, I'm.
So I mean,
I mean, fucking.
yeah,
It's a fucking car key.
he's old enough
Is
to drive.
is
You know,
sees a car like, what the fuck is this thing?
all
All
right,
right, let's get to
there you go.
14. Master's Defender.
That
that's
John,
that is the Keyblade of Master Ericus. You remember that from Birth by Sleep.
and that was that. Remember he picked that up in the first teasing of Kingdom Hearts
3.
3. Yeah, when
Mm-hmm.
he was on Destiny Island and he was finding that key all over the place or picking it up. Everyone's like, oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Indifferent. Like
I
it's
like the
just
silver.
kind of. It's like a steampunk well, not really a steampunk but like a more industrial Kingdom Key.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it definitely gives industrial. I can see
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
that.
It's just very
Rustic.
steel mill rustic. Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's all right. It's not my favorite.
All right. Yeah, it's definitely giving like that iron grit. Like, okay.
Yeah, like Industrial Revolution steez.
Number
This
13.
this
No, I
thing
would
is
love to have had that.
fucking. That is
Ends
I
of
would
the
love
tough,
to
earth.
have had
bro.
that.
Ends of the earth.
That is honestly that was probably my favorite Keyblade to use for Terra, just aesthetically, because that is just a fucking Goliath of a sword. I love that. It is fucking fantastic.
It
Like
was
ends
well
of the
made.
earth. This is the ends of the earth in my hand, and I will hit you with the ends of the earth. Yeah.
Simplistic, yet it speaks volumes in its
So
simplicity.
many.
Like,
Yeah, when it's like a perfect evolution to his base Keyblade, Earthshaker.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the daddy It's like, young man has like boy has become a man. A man.
oh wait, we're not allowed to say that anymore. That guy's a rapist, right?
Oh. Oof.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I'm sorry, boy.
Boy. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on. Number
I hate
12, Wayward Wind.
I
Oh,
hate it.
excuse me. You mean the backwards wheel to Keyblade? Like,
It's
I'm a
so
fan of it, but this isn't about me. Don't mind that it looks like a toothpick.
it
oh my gosh, it does.
legitimately looks like a fucking toothpick, and I can't get over it. I can't get. It looks like one of those like on the go disposable toothbrushes.
Says it. It's what Count Dooku's
Yeah.
lightsaber is
Yeah.
to lightsabers.
Wait, what?
Okay.
Count.
We're gonna ignore what was written there
Uh,
and just base off like we can trash talk this list. Like it's not meant to be a definitive list.
yeah,
Yeah,
no, it's
this-
opinion, of
Gamer.com.
course.
Seriously? So, thegamer.com? Yeah, I will take their opinion at arm's length.
I just can't stand this design. It's just
I
it's
think it
so
fits
it's so
him.
it's so obscure and just off balance. It just bugs me.
Yeah, for you or for me, but for him, I think it works.
Talk directly
100%.
into the mic, good sir.
Oh, sorry, was that coming in bad?
Yeah,
I've been through my career. People go, let me tell you something. It's like I can't hear. You have great points.
No, sorry. So, for you or for me, yes, that is terrible. But for him, yes, that is perfect. I think. I think like that the style to which his aesthetic is, I guess, and then the actual blade, it works very well.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can see that. I can see your.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more in favor of his to become one,
Mm,
the silver one, the one that I'm guessing it's like the big brother to this, but
Maybe it's
it
not. Maybe
just-
it's down the line.
maybe who
perhaps.
knows? Who knows?
Perhaps.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
This one's on the list.
Like
so-
I'm
Yeah,
not
Ryan
not
Dooku is what
opposed.
it says. Mm-hmm.
I'm not opposed to a reverse grip style keyblade. I just don't like how blocky this is.
This one, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'll give you that. I will
Prototypes.
give you that.
Prototypes.
And I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they only, well, yeah, they are prototypes, and they only made this one to look so different from the other ones. If that
Mhm.
makes any sense.
No, yeah, no, he had to
Yeah.
be different. His like, and
Mhm.
we should do streams about like characters and overall because we're trying to get everybody ready for Kingdom Hearts 4. I think I'm gonna just close off my thought process in the whole scenario of this. Like, let's keep going, but I'm just
So this podcast is gonna last for 15 years.
yeah.
We will be on our deathbeds when we finally get to the conclusion.
This
Come to-
concludes
man, come to
our
find out-
last episode.
Finally, we have our answers, and we can finally die in peace.
So we're gonna call this the pod that never ends. But
This
moving
goes on and
on.
on. Yeah, moving on.
11
No.
Divine Rose.
No.
Jesus.
No,
No.
that is
Christ.
Move on.
sheer garbage.
Jesus
Move on.
Christ.
Wait, hold
Sheer
on. It feels like a weapon straight out of Sailor Moon.
Yes, and
Tuxedo
Divine-
Mask
How dare you.
Keyblade. Tuxedo Mask
yes, and
Keyblade.
how dare you?
First of all, the first line: "Divine Rose is one of the most beautiful Keyblades ever
Oh, no.
designed."
No.
You can go fuck yourself.
We're gonna
With a
scroll
div-
away from
Become one
that.
is way cooler, Ryan. I
Go
agree.
go fuck yourself with a Divine Rose.
Starseeker.
Which brings us to Starseeker.
It was my definitely go to. Obviously, to give it to you, I think Starseeker is the first, the Valor form, because you Kingdom Key
Yes,
and Starseeker
it is
when
the
you
first.
get Valor.
Yeah.
So, that's and then King Mickey wielded it, and it was his key. So it's like that just kind of stays in this list of keys I would consider using if I had to. It's definitely.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
it looks just like Yen said, so I mean,
yeah.
It's on the list because somebody wrote it, Ryan. Because somebody wrote it. That's what happened. No, not that one. He was talking about Divine Rose. That other one was on the list because this is an opinion list, and we're just going through it.
Yeah, this isn't
Let
our
us-
list.
Let us live, Ryan. God damn it.
Listen,
That's not us.
This is not my list.
It's
Yeah.
not my list, bro.
Yeah,
I
it's
need
not
to
our
We're here
list.
to
We're-
roast it.
Fukunami.com. Keep an eye out for my list. I'm going to write a list. Like,
Oh shit,
Oh,
Fuku
okay,
gonna write a
you
list.
better.
All right.
I'm going to write an article about worlds I would want to see in 4. I have that pinned down somewhere. I want to build that with expectation.
Yeah, Starseeker, I'm indifferent. It's kind of like, yeah, it's whatever.
Yeah.
Interesting. It is beautiful. I'll give
It
it
is
that.
cute. It's cute.
Number 9, Fortella Ava's Keyblade. Wait,
What?
Is that really just the name of it? Like, what the fuck?
Foreteller. It is. That is literally the name of it.
Foreteller?
Foreteller Ava. Yeah, Foreteller Ava's. It doesn't have a real name. We just know that it belongs to this bitch. I actually really do dig this aesthetic. It's really because her whole thing was like she sent her dandelions into a world of dreaming, the sleeping world, to help them escape the Keyblade War, and that her Keyblade is just very dreamlike. It's like something that you would see in like a fantasy dream.
Yeah. Okay.
And
I mean, I'm picking that up.
the hilt also matches her mask. Like all of the foretellers, their Keyblades match their mask and their aesthetic. So
That's kind of fire.
it's I love this design. I really do love it.
It's all fire, but then the concept of this whole Keyblade War, and then the thing about them all going to sleep and you waking up as Xehanort later in life, like this is a root of that.
I thought like you die and then you get reincarnated as Xehanort.
Yeah, you get to choose to go to sleep, and you get to like go to sleep with everybody else or reawaken, and you choose to reawaken
Right.
canonically, and you wake up as
Yeah, and
Xehanort
you
in
wake
another
up as
life.
Xehanort.
Right.
Which I'm like, okay.
So I'm my worst enemy.
As your how do you know your worst enemy? He was a babe.
All
Don't
right.
play with me, Kevin.
Worst enemy, like as an outsider, but like to the person who like died and chose to be reawakened, he has no bias. But it is cool how it's a connection of dots. God damn it, it's a connection of dots.
Ryan saying the
Anyway.
Forteller's blades are each amazing. Go ahead, continue.
He's right. He is right.
I mean, I'm very interested in all of that, but I'm
Here
waiting
we go.
until I actually get there because I'm probably gonna get there.
Here
Let's
we go,
boys.
Here we
Let's
go.
go.
Here we go.
Let's go.
Fenrir.
Let's go.
Fenrir.
Metal Chocobo and the Fenrir.
My house keys
Fuck.
and my car keys.
Ooh, there it is in the Keyblade graveyard.
There's a lot of Fenrir's in the Keyblade graveyard, actually.
What does that tell you?
Yeah, Sephiroth.
It's like when everybody, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
He is immortal.
Don't do that.
He is immortal.
It's like when you see another car, always see a particular car on the street, and it's like, oh, gee, I wonder, the car's trash. Well, everybody's driving it, so everybody has an opinion other than yours. So, like, like everybody had that, John. So,
It's true. I mean, but like, I love these designs. I like Metal Chocobo when I first got it, bro. I didn't put it down. I went to previous worlds just to smack people up with it.
oh, and then that key with the with his ability, I think, is the one where you change it to his first. You had to change it to where his first ability was like the jump swing, because it was like one of the challenges you had to have where if you had to like hit the barrels a certain kind of way, and there was an ability that Sora had where if you jump and swing, and that length allowed you more swing length to pass that test or whatever. It's like, yeah.
Yep. That is true.
So I was joking, but Fenrir is actually named after Cloud's motorcycle's key.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's when Advent Children came out too, right?
Yeah. Which I recently watched the other day for whatever fucking reason.
Yeah,
and
I
I
must
wish I
ask you
didn't.
why.
You were just that bored.
Why?
Kind of. I put on the extended one because I was like, I've never seen the extended version. So let's see what happens. And
I still own the classic DVD one with the short version, which is like I think things are missing for overall points in general. But
I don't.
Yeah.
I can't remember if I actually watched the extended version. I don't think I did.
it's all right. It's free on YouTube if you're bored enough and you
okay.
want to cringe. Because it is cringeworthy.
Did you watch it
every
sub or
scene of
dub?
dialogue.
Super just edgelordy.
It's so bad. Until Sephiroth shows up, there's no point in watching anything. You might as well just fast forward.
Did you watch
to
it
I mean,
sub?
Sephiroth.
honestly, that is the biggest reason why I sat through the first version was because I just wanted to see the Sephiroth fight.
Only reason anyone
Only
watched
reason.
the movie.
Yeah.
I didn't give a fuck about his three little whatevers. There.
Oh,
Yeah.
his
Kadaj was annoying. Yeah.
his little
God,
fucking
yes.
his little fucking
remnants.
his little twink choir boys.
Yeah, seedlings.
Oh
And
my
then come to
God.
find out Rufus is like an OG, like like it was all this stuff, like what I'm saying, like Rufus was the man or whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
it was
I was like, what? Okay.
so dumb.
All right.
Fenrir
I'm
is
here
also
for this roller
Norse
coaster ride.
mythology. Ryan saying Fenrir is also the wolf. Yeah, was a
Yes.
god of war, not god of war.
Yep.
Excuse me.
Ooh, hello, Freud.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
Number
my
7.
God,
Yeah, this was
Void
so
Gear.
fire.
This is
I
so
would like to have
dope,
played as him, period, in some type of way, shape, or form.
bro.
You two are
Void
like
Gear.
two
like-
men sent to Vietnam who haven't seen vagina in ages.
Bro, Void Gear is that shit. You actually get a version of Void Gear. It's more of it's the black and white version, but it's like the design's the exact same. It's just a different color scheme. In Birth by Sleep.
Okay.
It is
Remember
so fire. I love that. It's
Also
so
becomes
good.
a keychain for Terra, Ventus, and Aqua after you defeat him in their campaigns. Okay, yeah, so like you said, you get it. It's just
Yep.
You get
yeah,
the
you
keychain.
you have to fight Vanitas a second time. He is a post game boss, and he is not fucking easy at all.
Are they
He's
ever?
so hard.
Are they ever?
No, yeah, that's true. That's true. But that fight, like that, getting that blade, I was like, that was worth the price of admission. Fuck yeah. I will fight you over and over again just to get this key. And I did. I got that keyblade for all three
He's
characters.
one of the few characters packing a legitimate sword wherever he goes. Vanitas is one of the few characters packing a legitimate sword wherever he goes.
Yeah.
Ryan said, once you got past the Divine Rose, the list hits.
Yeah, it basically.
Yeah, I don't know what that was.
Ooh, yep. Time traveling keyblade. Bro, this keyblade is fucking tough. And you get it after beating him.
Is it referred to in any other name, or is it just
It's
Xehanort's Keyblade? Was this specific one?
I don't think it. No, It
There's a
does have
wiki.
a
There's a wiki on it, I'm sure.
yeah.
There's
There
a
it
wiki
does
on
have a name because you get this Keyblade for beating him. Like after you beat him, I just can't remember what
Mm.
it's called.
Can you scroll down some to say where?
It's called Young Xehanort's Keyblade.
The No Name Keyblade.
Used in
Yes,
Brother's Final Mix
God,
and
it's
Death
geez.
called.
Oh,
It's literally
thank
called the
you,
No Name Key.
Namora.
Yeah,
Thanks,
brilliant.
Obama. Okay.
for his right blue. Da,
Oh,
da, da, da.
I mean, it looks badass. I'm not gonna lie.
it's
Aesthetically,
super.
I
It
smack the shit
is.
out of someone with
It
this.
is super badass. And apparent like so fighting Xehanort at the end of Dream Drop Distance, like he will actually freeze time and and just fucking appear behind you. It is a
So
bitch of a fucking
it's like this fight with Sephiroth where he could disappear and you had to hit triangle to block all of his hits or whatever. Reaction command.
minus the reaction command. You just have to be on your fucking toes because he will kill you so fast.
You mean no assist, no in-game assist? No,
Nope.
you have to be already blocking.
Dream Drop Distance didn't have reaction commands.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think reaction commands kind of phased out, and that was a period of gaming that I don't see it anymore, really.
Yeah, I miss reaction commands. I really do.
Is this
It,
like
you'll see that.
PTEs?
So you'll see it in the second game. There will be certain enemies. They will hit you with like special. They'll hit you with like certain moves that you can actually react and counter them. And each
Actually,
My
yeah,
favorite
actu-
counter,
Actually,
my favorite counter, when he picks up that giant ass cleaver from that
yes.
in Pirates of the
Ooh.
Caribbean, swings it around
Yep.
and smacks it.
It's so good.
Yo,
It's so good.
like so Paul, you react command, you grab it, sword twirls around. It's bigger than the ship. He twirls around the blade to the hilt, picks it up, and smacks the boss with it like it was a toothpick. I swear to God,
damn.
It's OD. It's OD. It's
Yeah,
OD.
that sounds like a hype moment.
It's like I'm not gonna lie. I was
like
just
I would probably wait for moments in the. I don't think I'd like continued the boss fight until like I got to keep. It's like you could beat the boss right now, yeah, but I wanna react to that one more time.
Oh no, dude! Like the first time that I did that, I paused it and was just like, "What the fuck? That was the coolest shit. That was so cold. That was so cold."
All right,
Anyway.
so I mean, you're telling me to play Kingdom Hearts 3, but you're
Two.
telling me not to get into the series.
Two.
Both of you.
It's in 2.
Oh, it's in.
Oh, you said no. Oh, you said you made it sound like it was in the third game, but
I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. I meant 2. If I said 3, I apologize. It's 2.
it's the final. It's the final world. There are these like berserker nobodies that they're basically hammers that they hit you with. If you defeat one, they leave their hammer, and you have like
No, not
two
that. I'm talking about the boss in Pirates of the Caribbean, on the ship. He was like, or on the island.
Oh
he was like
yeah,
literally-
he has like one of those fucking gauntlet sickles.
Yep.
Yeah, I know.
And
I
it's
know
as
what
big
you're
as the
talking about.
land or whatever. Yep. And you're fighting
Yeah.
him on land. Talking about that guy.
You-
Those are cool
yeah,
too,
you-
though. I'm not gonna hold
Yeah,
you.
those are cool. Yeah, that is a really cool fight. That is a really
And maybe
cool
you didn't
fight.
even say Kingdom Hearts 3. I think I just assumed from Pirates.
I
it was
assumed.
You go there
I,
again in 3, but of course it's like the world that it's like the third Pirates movie in 3 versus I think 2. You're in Pirates 1, so you skip over Pirates 2. I think.
Yeah, you legitimately do.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Way to Dawn, always gonna be a personal favorite. It's so
Respect.
up my alley. It's so
It's
up.
like the Soul Age.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
fucks with it.
It kind of does. Yeah.
I fucks with it.
I'm not gonna lie. Like in 3, when it got destroyed and he just had to leave it there, I was like, fuck.
I was like, what's he gonna do? Here's your car key.
Yeah. Here's the key to your brand new Kia Soul.
And here's your hamsters too. Like from the
Yeah.
Dream Drop, like the hamsters from Dream Drop Distance in the back, like
My God.
Yeah, that is kind of badass. I can't even lie. That one shot on the right with the chain hanging over the hilt, like that's
when he got that in 2,
We all lost our.
it was
minds.
a hope because it was like there's light in
All of
you.
it.
There's light in you. And like his journey to that point was just like, yo, like let my man be great. He's a good dude. You know what I mean? It's just like, yo.
Yeah. So like this Keyblade was the start of his redemption. Like it really was the symbol of his redemption because in the first game, like he tried to kill his own friends. He allowed himself to be
Right.
possessed. He did a lot of really, really horrible shit. Like, his intentions initially were pure because he wanted to find Kyrie, because he really did, but the cost of his, like, damn near his soul.
Mm.
So this Keyblade really is a perfect redemption of him, you know, of his like redemption back to the light, and it's
He is playable in days. Ryan, he is. Yeah.
So
it's so
iconic. Oh, did
it's
they literally use the word
so
iconic?
iconic. It's so iconic.
I would get to the end of Kingdom Hearts 2, Paul, just to use his blade in the final battle because you get to use it as him when Sora gets knocked out of the fight or whatever. You get to play as Riku. Albeit, it's the funny stereotype to have his pants sagging. His pants are sagging. Like
He legit has like the hood rat pants sag. It's so funny.
And when he walks, when he's in your party, he's like
And
holding it up, like he's got no belt.
Yeah,
I'm like,
he's like legit holding his pants. It's so funny.
Is
It's
Riku a Black Forces type of dude?
he
Like,
was a Black
who is-
Forces
Yeah.
type of dude.
yeah,
Hair long,
black,
baggy clothes.
jet black forces, bro.
He was
Not
like,
to
just
be
square
fucked
up.
with.
I'm just about this adventure right now. I don't even care about my look right now. I'm gonna hold my pants up as we walk through worlds when I'm in your party. But like,
I'm still gonna fuck. I'm gonna still fuck shit up when shit goes down.
Yeah.
All right, that shot bangs with Riku. Then I don't even know him. Also, I do plan to get to the end of 2 because I mean I'm gonna beat it.
It's gonna be, and I
Have you-
think even us talking about it when you play through it with information that we're kind of giving you like a summary, but when you get to it and you invest in everything with that, you know, it's kind of like when I give you information and you go, what am I supposed to do with this? But when I give you backstory on it, it's more special. When someone gives you backstory on something, it's more special. It's
Great.
understandable.
I'm just gonna have to start doing that to you in Metal Gear Solid.
I know. Yeah, I get it.
That's
I
fair.
get it.
That's fair.
That is, whew, that has
get it.
layers. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
So much in Metal Gear will have you crying, and you'll be like, "I'm not crying. I don't even know why I'm crying. I don't even know why I think about crying right now." And you'll just be bawling. So, all right.
And oh my god, I love this.
The gazing,
It
is
is
a gazing eye.
That
That joint is
eye.
fire. I'm not gonna hold you.
so the lore behind that keyblade. So the eye at the very top of the blade is actually one of the eyes of the Master of Masters, which is why he can see into the future.
Mm-hmm.
He legit this crazy bastard legitimately half blinded himself so he could have foresight. That is like the most Odin shit you could ever do.
Yeah.
But the overall design of this is like the most menacing but like badass all powerful thing I've ever seen. Because this keyblade is the keyblade of the Master of Masters, and he bequeaths it to Luciu, and it just kind of gets passed down from apprentice to apprentice to apprentice throughout the ages, which
I'll
is
take
why
it.
he can. Yeah, it's
Give
so
it to me.
good.
I'm next.
Bro, you couldn't tell me, like, if you just show me this at any kind of medieval convention, you wouldn't be able to tell me, like, this wasn't a real weapon. I'm like, look at this. It's got 2 blades on it. It's got a demon on the hilt. It's got bat wings, you know, and it's got an axe coming out of where the sword should be.
You
I'm
must
like, whoa.
become. You must become
right.
my apprentice and give up your soul for this blade. I'll take it.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm not
take, I'll
done.
take, can I,
Give up
can
your
I have
soul
2?
for that. I'll take it.
It is honestly like one of the handful of keyblades that is the most blade-like next to the Ultima weapons.
I'm probably gonna look this up in real life and see how much these go for, because I know
Shout out
someone
for a
has already
forger.
made
Yeah.
Bare minimum $300.
No, sir, that was in 2000 and fucking like 6. We're in 2022. You haven't bought a Keyblade in years.
That is very true. That is very true. Well, Keyblade Keyblade prop replicas have come leaps and bounds from when
Nah, I did not say prop. I want this shit to be a weapon.
people have made them.
I know. I'm very aware of that, which is what I want, and I want to know how much they go for. I know the prop replicas. Like,
I'd probably
they go for
think about $2,000.
And,
Like
then like Keyblades at like, even I think I saw Keyblades at Fan Expo, and like those are pretty good. And then when we start talking metal, you know,
Yeah.
actual metal use and all that.
Well, it turns
Yeah.
out they only sell replicas, and the highest amount you can pay for a replica is $6.15
Sounds
on
about
Etsy.
right. Sounds about
Okay.
right.
Time to get my
Alright.
my raise at my job. I need money. I need places to hang my keyblades.
Can I get a? I hate this.
Keyblade.
Hang on, I gotta cut my audio because of that. We're down to the top 3.
Eh. It's. I wish the hilt was.
It could have at least been. It could have been in the
It's-
middle of the blade, like it could have
It's
been.
so
It could have been.
ridiculous.
It could have been like
It's
this,
so-
you know, arcish, with the one hilt in the middle as the union piece, and not the hilts being melded together. And it's two. I'm just noticing it's two keychains. They could have done better with this. They really could have.
This whole thing is just. What's better than one kingdom key? 2 kingdom keys that you mash together and then jizz a blade out of the top.
Yeah, this is fucking ugly.
It's so ugly. It's so dumb. It's just they
This is
tried
what
to.
you give your 3 to 4-year-old. Like, see, you're cool. You're twice as cool.
Yeah, exactly. It's like a consolation prize. God damn! It's like it's just like look at Sora holding it. It's just so big, bulky, and awkward.
Yeah, it looks stupid. It looks like he's running with a pair. He looks like a 4-year-old with a pair of scissors.
Yeah, and it's just like honestly, where the actual blade part is, like at the very top. Like if you just take away the 2 kingdom keys at the bottom and just give it a solid hilt, and like maybe some notches in the blade to make it look like a quote unquote car key, I could kind of see it. But this is just so like for the ultimate keyblade, for the physical manifestation of Kingdom Hearts itself in weapon form, this is garbage. This is
No
like the most
surprise that among
underwhelming.
Kingdom Hearts' coolest weapons, you'll find the legendary X Blade. Like,
What
the
number
fuck?
is this?
3.
It's number 3.
Eh,
Yeah, we're in the
whatever.
top 3.
Send that jump back to 14 at best.
So I
Yeah.
feel like we already know what the next 2 are gonna be because
don't.
they didn't appear on this list. But I think at least one of them, I think 2 of them appeared on the Kingdom Hearts 2 list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
most likely.
I'm
Okay.
gonna assume that Oblivion, because it wasn't on this
Mhm.
list,
Yeah. Not yet.
and Ultima. Like if there was nothing, they weren't on here at all.
Yeah. I'm going to specifically think that the Ultima from 3 is going to be 1 and Oblivion is going to be number 2.
Okay.
Okay,
Survey says.
Ultima.
Really?
Let's just put them
All
all
of
up
them,
here.
period. All of them, period.
Oh, just all of them, period. I mean,
I knew they would do this too.
Yeah.
I thought about that. I was like,
Yeah.
you know what? They're not just
that's
because
fine.
of the design and
That's fine.
durability.
They're all basically, like, as far as design goes, very, very similar.
I saw
Yeah.
a picture when I googled it. So the one with the yellow is the Kingdom Hearts 1 Ultimate Keyblade. What is that across
Birth
it?
by
The
S-
blue one, the Birth by
Birth
Sleep
by
Ultimate
Sleep.
Keyblade. Okay.
That's the ultimate weapon.
Because
Birth
I
by
saw
Sleep.
I saw 5 and I was like, wait, I only know 3. So apparently you get Ultima in other games. That's cool. That's
In
cool.
Birth by Sleep, yes. I'm not sure about other games.
So Ryan was like they should have done something like meld the Oath Keeper and Oblivion for Keyblade instead of 2 Kingdom Keys, the Yin Yang Light Darkness into 1. That would have been cool. And it got, the Kingdom Hearts 3 Ultima is his favorite. I agree with that because that Joan was like girthy. That Joan was popping. But I agree they could have done something like that with Oath. Well, if they did that with Oath Keeper and Oblivion, and we talked about that earlier.
I still don't like that idea of just having 2 cross
2
keyblades
blades.
as the fucking hilt of your overall key. That's too
Absolutely
fucking much. That's too
I
much.
think you just don't like the hilt. Let's be real. The hilt
I don't
is
like it either.
stupid as fuck.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the worst part. The blade is fine. The hilt is the dumbest part of the whole thing.
if you're gonna do
I
it,
agree.
yes, do it as 2 different blades. Make it 1 hilt. Split the hilt to be 2 different designs
Yeah,
of something that matters.
that's
Yes.
totally fine. That is absolutely fine. But don't
It-
fucking like what is this shit?
Scissors.
That
Someone
means-
saw
this
scissors in
means-
the office.
This
and threw their
means
keys
no.
in
This
between.
means no. This means stop. And you're basically telling me that you just gave up and were just tired of designing keyblades.
Yo, too tall.
Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
Look at
they
this
didn't
stuff.
want they didn't want to make a keyblade that trumped probably the quintessential most recognizable Keyblade. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
They didn't want to distract from a casual audience by any means,
Casual.
especially if
And
people aren't going to do the work to get all the other crazy ones.
first of all, ain't no casuals playing 3.
No, they absolutely are. No, remember what Tim said.
You're out of your mind.
You remember what Tim said. Don't you start. You remember what Tim said. 3 was not made for us.
No,
true.
yeah,
Yeah,
see,
that's fine. Yeah, that's fine.
I even said that when they made this game. I'm like, trust me, this is going to be a shit show. Why do you think that? We waited forever. Well, because they took this man and a bunch of people off of one of the biggest Final Fantasies for this series that trumps Final Fantasy at this point in my life. So yeah, this is not going to be good, and it's not for you.
That's fair. That's fair.
It's not for like Tangled.
You're right.
I'm not saying that
You're right.
no hate against Tangled, but Tangled is not us. Tangled was like a big seller for that game for 3. It was a big sell for that.
And
Was it really?
and Frozen.
Absolutely.
And
Sorry,
Oh, I
sorry,
could see
Frozen. I'm sorry, Frozen was. I was
They
getting them
did.
confused.
They did a shot for fucking shot rendition of Let It Go.
They did.
Hell yeah, I'm with that.
The
I have no
code never
complaints.
I was just like,
anyway.
what?
Oh wait.
Wow.
Tideful. You know what?
He
You
looked
know
at the
what?
list. He lied.
You know what? You know what?
He
Tied
looked
for
at the
number 1.
list.
I am not mad. I am not mad. I am not mad at this combination because, listen, it is the perfect duality of blades: pure light, pure dark.
Ryan already said this.
Oh, what is cooler than wielding one amazing keyblade? Dual wielding 2 of them, of course. These twin blades first appeared as a set in Kingdom Hearts 2. Yes. Roxas, thank you for making these your weapons of choice. It is the
Ooh.
coolest fucking thing.
I'll oppose Ryan's initial suggestion for that because Oathkeeper is supposed to be special to Sora, I think. So to take Oathkeeper away and just being something in general. Now, mind you, I almost feel like that. Rabbit hole. Here we go, really quick. Speed round because we're kind of pressing. So Kyra being one of the 7 princesses or whatever, right? Then it goes deeper into the worlds, which an Oathkeeper could have been someone else's Keyblade, but Kyrie for some reason made a keychain based on the Palpy Fruit on Destiny Island, which Destiny Island seems to be a very focal point for all the heroes' starting points, even Xehanort. And come to find out that we think Oathkeeper is purely made out of Sora and Kyrie's friendship / love for each other, and come to find out that everybody fucking has one. So it's like it's like oh yeah, it's unique to us, and then you see all his other hoes have one. Like
it's basically with Toriyama and Super Saiyan. Goku became Super Saiyan, and then the very next season, everybody was a Super Saiyan.
I want one. Hey, it's me.
It's like it's like a Super Saiyan bargain sale.
Yeah. Exactly.
Listen, we making Goku black out here. We got to make Frieza black out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just...
Listen,
you know what I'm saying?
But Oblivion has no backstory, but Oathkeeper does. So go ahead, Kevin.
That's fair. I mean, I just want to see Black Frieza body Goku and Vegeta.
They don't. Well, from what I read in the article, they don't get a chance. Nope.
Yeah, I'll
Nope.
be out.
I'm out.
But and like, here's the thing: like, Frieza, after 6 months of training, got to God tier status.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah.
And now he has another form after however long it took him to train that.
It said where he went.
Really?
In the article I sent you, it says where he went and for how long.
Oh,
Imagine hyperbolic time chamber on steroids.
That's so dumb.
Really?
On that article, I'm not gonna spoil it for anybody watching, but basically, I read that and it was like he went where for how long in our time? How long? Okay, bet.
The fact that he actually had to exert himself for that long shows how much he wants to be back on top.
Shows how much he hates those damn monkeys. I'm sorry. Fans.
Yeah, man. Listen. He is tired of getting smacked around by lesser beings. Lesser beings.
Sorry, Ryan did say like they power up to their most powerful, then Black Frieza folds them and leaves. I think because I think he does smack them, yeah, but they get away or something like that. But you know,
Yeah, I would dip too.
Yeah, it's like, oh, you just got a brand new form. I
Mhm.
can't feel any of your
that chapter about to be a
Bye.
big deal. Like
Who
whenever
hit
Oh,
me? Who hit me?
it
Frieza
could,
black form. What? Frieza got black forces? No, Frieza black form. Oh, whatever. I'm out. Like that's
hello,
it.
even
Like I
worse.
don't need.
Bye.
hello,
Exactly.
hey yo, cooler, yo, what's good? Your brother out here drawing. What you mean? He got a black form. This nigga.
Look, I disown him because I don't know him, bro. He wildin'.
Well, but anyway,
He really out here wilding like this.
but the funny how the basis of you get Oathkeeper and you get Oblivion in Kingdom Hearts 1, and you just think they're just blades, really. And then come to find out, for some reason, it's tied to Roxas, and when he's born, those are his first two Keyblades. Well, he wields
Technically,
Kingdom
no.
Key, right?
His
Mm.
Oathkeeper in Oblivion is him at full power.
Yeah, no, but what I'm saying is why. But it's funny how, in that conversation I was having about Sora's clothes, the one I was
Oh,
having
yeah.
about his clothes, right? Because he wields Kingdom Key in the first game or in 358/2. I'm like, what is this? Why don't I have the beastness that is the two blades? Why am I wielding, whatever? And of course, Shion happens and he's like, man, fuck it, turns Super Saiyan and basically tries to roll up to Big Baddie Xemnas and was like, yo, what you got going on? And yeah, anyway, so so basically how Sora wields one Keyblade throughout for a basic for most of the time. His clothes, as the witches said in Kingdom Hearts 2, tap into his potential that he hadn't had yet. Because basically they were like, you ain't shit right now, but the stuff you about to face, about to be some shit. So here's what we're gonna do: we're gonna give you clothes that tap into you. We're gonna basically Guru Gohan you, and
Mhm.
you can Guru Gohan yourself with enough drive ability when you need to, but it's not a permanent unlock. So your
Yeah,
clothes give you the ability
it's
to do this, but you cannot
temporary.
naturally do this. Right? That's what I was saying about his clothes.
That's fair. That's fair. And you are right. I just really like those transformations better than the ones in 3.
Mm-hmm. Three,
Now,
he didn't even transform. Like 3, he just kind of.
he doesn't really. It's his Keyblades that
Yeah,
transform.
yeah,
Which
That's what I
yeah,
was gonna ask next. I'm like,
yeah.
he doesn't though, does he? He seemed the
No,
same to me.
it's just his Keyblades that transform. So he's kind of like tapped into like how Terra, Aqua, and Ventus can transform their Keyblades.
Right.
So
Goku.
which is cool.
Yeah,
Don't get me
Hey, it's
wrong.
me.
Which is cool. Don't get me wrong.
yeah,
But
yeah. It's like
the
uh,
only
yeah.
the only like Keyblade transformations that he get that let him wield two are the ones of Oathkeeper and Oblivion. So those are the only two I care about.
Yeah.
Fair.
And
Fair.
they're oh fucking D. It
Imagine
is,
using both of them. Say, well, I mean, you don't have to imagine you do, but like in a
yeah, you
base
do.
stat, like if you could naturally just wield, it's like wield going back to like Goku basically. Super Saiyan is a form that multiplies his base, that kind of thing. It's
Hmm.
like, but when your base is capable of things that you needed to be at Super Saiyan, what do you? Oh, about to say, I thought you were about to save the image.
Keep talking.
No,
Keep talking.
basically like being able to like someone steps up to you as your Keyblade wielder and you just pull those two out at base, like you just like you don't need to build up to that. You just
You just like when Roxas fought Axel at the end of the intro. It was like, bro, honestly, my save files for 2, I have that last file saved and I never erase it. I always go back to it just for that brief ass fight because it is fucked up what you can do
when he's
in
like
that fight.
he's got him and he
It's
goes Roxas goes and then Axel goes two. It's like
yeah. Yeah.
his line should have been like, "There you are," and I'd have been like, "What you mean there you are?" Like but he just was like two. He was flabbergasted, but it should have been like, "There's my boy" or something like that. Like like real like
He
but
wasn't
that was a missed
he wasn't
opportunity. That was a missed
expecting the
opportunity.
2 to come back out. He was not expecting the 2 to come back out.
But he
And
could.
when
But
they
that was a
did,
missed opportunity of being like, "That's my boy" or something like that. Like
there's no that's my boy. Axel at that point in his just character is so fucking furious at that point.
Fair.
It's like, "Oh, you do
It's
remember."
not a game to him.
like that in the whole scene, line for line. Oh, you do remember who I am. I'm so flattered, and he just burnt like he sets the fucking basement on fire.
Why was
It
he
is
so
not a
mad?
game. It is
Why
not a
was he so
game
mad at him?
anymore. It is not a game.
Was he mad at him, or he was just he was trying to knock him out so he could take him back home, right?
No, he was pissed, bro.
Why was he
Like
mad? Why was he mad?
he wanted to knock him out, but at that point, like he got pushed to his boiling point. He was going to fuck him up. And then Roxas was just like, "Oh, yeah, nope, do or die time," and he just fucking accidentally went Ultra Instinct and just pulled out 2 Keyblades.
Right, said me too,
Accidentally
Kev.
went Ultra
Kept the file
Instinct.
saved. Roxas runs off the fire when he runs off the firewall and slams Axel into his own fire pit.
Oh,
Bro.
dude, yeah, it's just like, what? You just got
He
bodied.
said Axel never saw him wield 2. I thought he knew. I guess not. No. Yeah, I guess because he only wielded 2 when he beat Shio
When
and
he
he was
fought-
gonna fuck Zemnis up, and no one ever saw him
and
do
when
it.
he fought Riku.
Well, that was the first time. Like he summoned the 2. And he was technically, like in the story, he was gonna fight Zemnis for him killing Shion, and Riku was like, "Nope, come here," and he never got to go fight Zemnis. I would have loved to seen how that fight would have gone down if he would have had a chance to go fight Zemnis as he was.
That's a good question.
I'm gonna end up beating this whole game by this weekend, and then listening to this podcast again and being like, they were fucking right. Like,
Yeah, bro. Listen. I'm just gonna
Birth
let you
by Sleep
experience.
was already a banger, so I already know this has to be a banger. Like,
It's I keep saying it, and I will say this till the day that I die. 2 is the best one they made.
I
It is
know
the
that's
best one they made. So
that's the reason I'm
you
sold
are
on
going-
it, 'cause you tell
you
me
are
that.
going to have a grand old
A great
Opry
time.
time, my dude. You are going to have so much fun, and when you get to fight the entire organization, it's post game content, but you have to find it, and I'm not gonna tell you how to find it, but it's a bitch to fucking find.
Oh, because you got the plus version. So I never. Yeah. Wait. You get to do what now?
In Final Mix version.
Oh, Final Mix. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so I don't have Final Mix. I mean, I can get Final Mix. That's easy. Like, I have a PS3 emulator on the Steam Deck, so that's
Oh, okay. Well, you don't need
it's on PS3.
you should be able to just have. Well, if you're trying to get it for free, right? Is that what you're saying?
Whoa, 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 whoa! We don't do that illegal pirate bullshit here on the internet.
You're trying
You
to.
wouldn't download a car, would you, Kevin? Would you? You would.
I mean,
you would.
if
You
I had
wouldn't download a
I mean,
Fenrir
if I-
motorcycle from Final Fantasy VII copyright.
Listen, man. If I had a 3D printer big enough, I'd have a motorcycle named
Give me
Fenrir.
14 or a month or whatever. Printing it out still.
We got 'em, boys. Bring in the SWAT team. You heard say download a fucking car.
But if the entire catalog of Kingdom Hearts games, including the remixes, are available on Steam, so if you want to play the Final Mix version, well, you can do like the entire
Incorrect.
catalog. Really?
Epic Game Store. It's only Epic. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a bum.
And I
That's
mean,
smart.
I could just get them on Epic and just play the PC ports. But I mean, I'm emulating. I was gonna play them as they were designed.
I
in
mean,
their,
but you
like,
can,
peak.
I mean, but like if you have a PS3 emulator and you can just get the 2.5 HD remix, do it.
Yeah,
do
do
it.
it. It didn't occur to
Yeah.
me until today. But yeah, I
Yeah,
can do that.
honestly, yeah, that game is like that is the game that that's the best version of that game. It really is. There's so much like post
I do
game
remember you saying
content.
that.
And the Terra
It's-
fight.
And the terrifying.
I remember the day you got it. I feel like
You get to fight. You get to fight Terra's armor
okay, all right.
from the end of Birth by Sleep, and bro, I'ma tell you what.
Oh, I
he
know.
has-
I've
he-
seen that on the interweb.
He has some grievances, man.
One thing I don't think, Kevin, I don't know if, let me know if you've ever done this. This is one of the most this is how not bored you get, but how immersed you get in the world. And in Lion King's world, lion drifting.
Mm-hmm. That's how I beat the boss.
That's how you
That's how I beat the boss. 'Cause
yo,
abso-fucking-lutely.
I wonder if you know. You will totally understand what I'm
I
saying.
thought I
Oh,
was
dude.
confused about
Lion
so
drifting.
many other things. You talk
Lion-
about nobodies that shouldn't exist, fucking heartless, whole bunch. You tell me
Bro.
lion drifting? All right, I'll one up you.
Listen,
Boar drifting near, bitch.
True.
I think to Daniel's point, I
True.
think the music was that, and I think they also used the music for Aladdin: Return of Jafar.
Hate you.
I smacked that bull in his stomach, his red abs. I'm like, get that back in that lamp. Don't I'll tell you again. Like, you being a genie, dog. You being a genie. You being a genie. Like,
He just put the screen in front of his.
you bitching a genie, dog. You broken. You bitching a genie.
All
Or the
right, I need to know. I
carpet.
need to get there so I can
Just
understand,
you.
'cause
Just no Donald, no Goofy, no Aladdin. Just you bitching a genie.
Yeah, man. This is the only game where you actually get to fight a fight. You get to backhand the shit out of a goddamn genie. It's fantastic.
all right with that.
Phenomenal cosmic power. You just roll up into the club. Bitch ass out of here.
But the lion
I am phenomenal cosmic power, bitch.
backs. But like the lion drifting, you get to run, and you can like you can
No,
you
no, no!
can-
Don't even explain it to me. Don't.
Okay.
It's better that you
You'll
don't.
you'll figure
It's
it out.
better.
You'll figure
Yeah.
it
It
out.
is. It is the most stupid fun you will have in the
Yeah.
whole game.
I was gonna say, is it more exciting than boar drifting in near? Because when I first discovered that was the thing, I was like, "Huh?
Um,
I'm riding a
imagine-
boar."
imagine line drifting, and you can still attack things.
You can still do that with boar drifting.
Really?
Yeah, you can shoot and you can attack with the fucking boar.
Oh yeah.
But you're talking about wielding the keyblade. I got you.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
Okay.
Ryan was like, Sword beats gods, genies, and all in between. Right, there is no, E for everyone. Hands out all hotels.
the hands are rated
He is
E
E for everyone.
for everyone.
until he's not. Until story plot tells him not to.
Yeah,
Takes him
until
out for 15 years. Yeah.
yeah, until he gets fucking grinded back down to 0 just so he can, not be a god.
It's annoying, but it's also a great story plot. It was never a bullish reason for him to be back to 0. It makes sense story wise when he's always gets reset. It's not like, oh,
I know, but why?
it's still trash
just-
though.
I'm just so sick of them just
It's like God of War 2. Like God of War, he was
Reset
a
in my
god, and then he gets smacked, and you get back
Yeah.
down to 0 because you know what I'm saying. Like, but
Get off of Olympus. Boink. I'm like, what?
I know. And the worst SmackDown, like the reset to 0 and 3 wasn't that bad. The reset to 0 and Dream Drop Distance was fucking annoying.
because that was the follow up. The 3 reset was because of Dream Drop. Yeah. So I say yeah.
Because I failed my Keyblade Mastery exam, so now I lost all my abilities. Oh, I also lost all my abilities from 2 because I had to take my Keyblade exam. Cause I was like, what? No.
Ryan says
Wow.
lion drifting is greater than boar, but boar is still dope.
I mean, you would know. You're allowed to have that. I can only vouch for one.
Yeah,
You
that's
and
fair.
what
everybody
Ryan
else
was
We,
saying.
are
we, we
others.
will we will. I mean, listen. I love them both. They're just stupid, fun things to do.
Become
in
as
both
gods.
games.
That's all I
Become
gotta
as
say.
become as God.
Exactly.
Become as God.
Then Sora shows up, and then Goku shows up, and then the world explodes.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Luffy's still on the moon looking for the fucking One Piece.
Jesus Christ, he
I'm gonna
went
be
there.
king of
You don't
the
even watch One
pirates.
Piece. You don't
I
even
don't.
watch. Oh,
I
all
don't.
right.
I don't. But I still love that one meme that fucking Fuka posted in their story one day. There's this one girl looking at One Piece. It's like in season 56, and he's like, "Motherfucker, where is it? She's like, where is it?"
Yeah.
Shout out to Renee Goddess, yo. These people out here creative as heck with these games.
Oh, so funny. I
Facts.
I
watched that.
forget I follow her sometimes.
I
It is
watched that
funny.
reel, bro. I watched that reel so many times that day. I was dying. I've never even watched the anime, and I understood her
And you
pain.
understand it?
And I
The
understood-
anime is honestly the anime is kind of hilarious, but it's long. It's long. Too
I
much.
still say to this day, I stopped at Crocodile. I haven't jumped back on.
Bro, it's longer than Inuyasha. I didn't think you could do that.
Both
Yeah, well,
both
I mean-
iterations.
I
And the
didn't-
final
I
act.
Yeah.
I didn't
Well,
think you could do that. Fuck.
Inuyasha stopped. Inuyasha came out at a certain point and stopped after the inception of
Final act.
One Piece. One Piece never
Oh.
stopped.
One Piece hasn't
Oh
stopped.
no, One Piece it did stop. It stopped for like 2-3 years, something like that. It wasn't long, and then it was just like, all right, full throttle. Let's do another 3,000.
Just had to change the oil and tires real quick, but we good.
Yeah, exactly. Let me flush this transmission real quick, and then we good to go.
Right.
I still speaking of Inuyasha, I still got to finish Ranma half.
I never started.
So much fun.
Read it. You need to read it.
So much fun.
Phenomenal.
is
It's
so
one of my
good.
earliest and favorite mangas.
Like, what's still
It
going
is.
on? Detective Conan.
I heard that, and I was like, what? That doesn't make any sense.
Right. It
It
doesn't.
kind of makes
I
sense.
thought that shit ended like in '89.
No, it's still going. Like Family Guy. How Stewie is still one.
Yeah,
Fuck
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Shouldn't that nigga have like a master's degree?
He should have.
Motherfucker,
He
he should be a
back,
doctor at this point.
he should be back to the
Yeah.
age that he was when he first started the show before he turned into a kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but no, they're still rocking. Last I saw, I was like, what's going on with that? And then Zatch Bell apparently got an upgrade. Now he's older, so that's a whole thing too. So I think Zatch Bell started back up.
Yo, fucking One Punch Man and Mob Psycho 100 are getting a third
Yeah,
season.
Yeah, we
yeah.
posted that on Foo. Yeah.
They deserve it. Yeah.
Bro, Mob Psycho. Oh, I'm so excited.
You finally watched it, right? You finally watched it.
Yeah,
I was like,
both
thank God.
seasons and the OVAs. Phenomenal.
I couldn't believe you went all this time without watching
I
any
haven't
of
watched
it.
it.
I'm like,
Yeah, I have not watched it.
Listen, man, it is.
you got to.
We're in
You
the
just have to.
It's
We're
on.
in-
It's on Crunchyroll.
We're in,
It's
I,
so
gotta, I gotta make an
good.
account.
It is in 7 different languages, my guy. On
You can have my
Crunchyroll.
account. I'm sharing my account with so many people. I'll share it right here on the podcast. It is
Wait, don't do that seriously.
go F yourself at
www.lickmyballs.com.
password
Esquire.
is suck it 69. I'm such a child. Anyway,
Yeah, it's all right. Well, on that glorious note.
Oh, but just to end on this point is like the reason we're back to this in this conversation, and thank you guys for hosting this conversation and having it for those watching.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
And I think this is one of many conversations. I feel like only because we can keep just having episodes of just talking about it. But the fact that I'm not speaking for Kevin, but I'm pretty sure Kevin agrees with me. This was a relationship. We were done. The story was like whatever it is, I don't care. He's quote unquote dead. The dude has a box, and the Master of Masters is over there doing something, and whatever. I don't care. I'm going to sleep. It's all good. Kingdom Hearts 4, huh? I was asleep. Dropped the trailer. Not only does it come out in banging graphics, our boy Sora wakes up in a real world scenario and fights another giant heartless and wields a keyblade, and he's in real world aspect. And I'm like, I was asleep, bro. I was done. I no longer invested anything into my knowledge. Like all the knowledge I had of Kingdom Hearts was packed away. Other than people might ask me a general question. Now you're telling me I gotta open that back up to add more and divulge in the history of where this is gonna go based on what's already happened.
so wait, you didn't even know they were having a live thing that day? Because I knew it. I watched the whole thing.
No, I
Oh,
did
okay.
know, but it was just in general, like the fact that it was a whisper at all. Like we're still
I
talking
got
about
you,
this.
yeah.
We're
We knew.
doing
We
this
knew it was going to happen.
Eric,
Don't lie. Don't
Eric,
lie. You knew it was
Eric.
going to happen.
Eric.
in
Listen.
Shibuya. Thank you, Ryan. Yeah,
Eric,
yeah,
Eric.
yeah.
Eric.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up. You know you hype as shit when you saw that
I
trailer.
was
'cause I was
hype as
hype as
shit.
shit when I saw that shit.
I
My
was
dick
hype as
is
shit.
so hard just thinking about
I
it right
was-
now. What are you talking
was
about,
hype
my
as shit.
dude?
Clean
Yeah,
my
I was
pants.
bro, listen, I was in the same boat. Eric, listen, I was in the same boat. And then they got me, bro. They got me again.
I'm
More
done-
he done got me again.
I'm done with
no,
her.
You're,
I'm done
no,
with
no,
her.
You're
I'm
not.
done.
No,
Hello?
you're not. No,
Hey,
motherfucker,
girl,
you are
what's
not
up?
done. No, you're not, because you're gonna get
That's
a second
fine.
trailer.
I'm going to hit
Bro,
Nomura up.
you're gonna get a second trailer, and you're gonna drop your drawers so fucking fast, dick in hand, ready.
Like I'm done with her. I'm done with her. Him, them, or whoever's watching. I'm done with them.
You're gonna
We-
get
we-
drunk
we in
and call her up and be
2022
like,
now,
"Baby, I
gender
was wrong. I never said that. I
Will you
may have
take me
never meant
back?
that."
Will you forgive me? In your heart?
The hey big
In your
head text.
Kingdom
what's up
Hearts?
with you?
You're just gonna have that boombox right outside of her window. Baby, come back.
I don't even think it was a baby come back because that's technically that's toxic too. But for me, it's the that you broke up, you haven't talked in months, you working, living your life,
Years.
and you just
15 years to be
years,
exact.
excuse me.
Years.
and
years.
and you get a text from a number, or no, say you still have their number saved in your phone for some godforsaken reason. You still have their number saved in your phone, and you get that call and that text or whatever, or they start follow. It's equivalent to they either call you, they text you, they start following you on social media. You see that person, something so and so followed you. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like popping your life up again, just sitting at your doorstep, like, so we good? We down with this, right? It's like, no,
Yeah,
no,
I
I
mean,
ain't
it's
trying
toxic.
to. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, man.
Come back. Come in.
No matter how much you try to escape it,
Come in.
the more it hits you with that good shit.
You know, I heard Namora got a BBL, Brazilian butt lift.
Wow.
Like, oh, word? Yeah, I saw it on Instagram. Oh, word. Listen, I'm gonna have. I ain't mad. I'm gonna move on, and then you just start scrolling past the script. You're like, is it over?
Ryan said, bro, I
It's
came back
over.
faster than returning to an ex after she got that gym and BBL work.
What I say?
That's yeah.
Wavelength.
Listen.
Wavelength.
On
We
that
out
note,
here.
on
We
that
out
note,
here.
We're done. We're done for the night,
we're
guys.
done.
Thank you so much.
This is definitely gonna get cut up into like 2 episodes, like an
Oh,
episode and then
absolutely.
like a private episode or something.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. This I don't even know
Or
how long
extras.
this went on. I don't even know how long this went on, but you know what? I don't even care.
Check out
For
social
you
media
and
for words
me.
might pop up in the discussion. Until
Very
then,
least 2.5 hours.
peace out, guys,
Oh,
on my
wow.
Twitch.
All right.
Later, everybody. That video by Tim is TIMMM, 3 M's on YouTube. Go look at it. It's Kingdom Hearts is stupid.
Yes.
Or
And
dumb.
it is.
I wouldn't change
it
a thing
is-
about it.
It is
Also-
absolutely brilliant.
Thank you, Kevin Santana, for attending. Thank you, Eric. There's no need to thank us. Without this, or without you, this wouldn't be a thing as well. So
That is very
consider
true.
yourself just as lucky as us to have each other. So, yeah. Ciao, guys.
Bye.